Welcome back to my garden. It's hard to believe that it's already late April. Where has the year gone? My name is Robin. I garden in Zone 6 in Northwest Connecticut. So I have totally been absent from YouTube for the whole winter. But if you're looking for any of those how-to videos of different things, the ranunculus and all that, good planting seeds, all that stuff is on my channel. I just didn't see a need to do it again and again and again. And of course, everybody, every other gardener I see has been showing that kind of stuff. So what I just wanted to do is bring you around, show you the things that I've done that are a little different, updates on things that I did that I said I was doing last year, like underplanting a lot of shrubs with small bulbs. So those are all, for the most part, are up. So I'm going to walk you around. I'm going to show you some things I've done. I've been dividing perennials. I've been making a few changes, and as I said last year, I'm adding evergreens and pulling out more and more perennials. I've got my whole list of what I'm doing with annuals for this year, and I just thought I would give you a walk around of the garden and show you what's happening here. It's been a very challenging spring is the best way I think I could put it. We've had a ton of rain. We had some warmth early, like in March, but spring in New England is a challenge. There's just no two ways about it. We have had so much rain, and as you probably would remember, I have a lot of issues on my property with water, and we're still dealing with that, still dealing with voles. That's been, a constant problem. So still working on that. And greenhouse has been working out really well. I had a heater in there that really, I think, worked pretty well for the winter. So I'm very pleased with that. I've ordered a bunch of new things for this season. And I think what I'll try to do is just, bring you, maybe every couple months on a tour, show you things that have changed. My garden is on the Garden Conservancy open days this year, July 21st. You do need to register with the Garden Conservancy. If you're local, I've been doing talks for local garden clubs. And if you're looking for design and you're local, let me know. Other than that, please subscribe, hit the like button. It really does make a difference. I know I see other people try to explain how YouTube works, but without support, you just can't keep doing it. It's a lot of work, a lot of time and effort. So your participation is really appreciated. As always, if you have questions, I am always here to answer questions, whether I'm posting a video or not. You can always drop me a note, and I will be glad to answer any and all questions. So let's take a walk around the garden and see what's happening for 2024. So let's start right here by the front door. I've been making a lot of changes, so I want to just bring you up to date. This bed has a bunch of daffodils, and it has lots of La Belle Époque tulips in it. Some little lime hydrangeas. The lilac, Charles Jolly, is actually blooming or starting to leaf out. I just chopped those inkberries all the way back because they were literally starting to take over from the dining room. Nepeta, Walker's Low. I've got some tulips, Sarah Raven and Sane here in containers that I overwintered in my hoop house. I pulled out the Deutzias, and these are Coraldo Hinokis. This area gets very, very wet. You can probably see the compaction there. This is a poet's wife. So this is Cora Louise peony right here, and it gets so wet, I think I'm going to have to move Cora Louise because I feel like it's sinking lower and lower and lower, and it didn't bloom last year, which stinks, obviously. And so I'm going to take care of that. I've got a lot of tete-a-tete daffodils. I have more La Belle Époques and copper image tulips that the voles seem to have kept away from here, I think. Look at the gorgeous Spirea Ogon. Absolutely love it. We need to get the cover off our fountain and get sort of started for the spring, I guess.
going over to the other side, I've been trimming back all my shrubs. These are tough stuff hydrangeas. Those were already done. Again, we have a lot of water here. The magnolia is a yellow one, so hopefully it doesn't get burnt by frost. The hyacinths look great. Again, lots of daffodils here. I did put in snake's head fritillary, but I haven't seen them yet, so hopefully they're going to come up. I don't know. We really chopped down the red twig dogwoods this year. Been saying I was going to do it for the last few years and didn't get to it. We were just cutting out the old wood, but this year we went for it. So here I've got some Patty's Plum poppies and some more daffodils and hyacinths. And also I have your summerific hibiscus there in the middle. If you haven't cut yours down, it's a good time to cut it down right now to about 6 inches or so. I pulled out again some more deutzias over here and put in that evergreen right there. We're trying to stop some of the water with the wall and whatever, but I don't know if it's going to work. This little bed here, again, I did the same thing with the Salix Hakura nishikis. These are lots of little tete-a-tetes and muscari around them. This is already starting to push growth like crazy. I did it to all 4 of mine because they grow like weeds, literally. So I don't think you can hurt them, to tell you the truth. So swinging across the driveway here, this is my bed that I typically use for annuals. So we have drops of Jupiter, we have alliums, some spruces. I have a baptisia here. But this is where I try to put my some of my annual flowers. Got a lily here in a pot that I started inside. Again, don't know what I'm putting in the ground because of the voles. It's really a problem. I pulled the forsythia that was here and moved it to the back, put some penstemon there, and I have verbascum that I just put in there. And again, things, we're really just starting to clean up. A lot of things still need to be done. In this bed over here, I have lots of daylilies. It's called Ethel Peters is the one that's in this bed. Then it's surrounded by Nepeto Walker's Low, my favorite. We've got a lot of daffodils in here. Got lots of camasias, which I, believe it or not, actually did divide. But they look like they could use some more divisions. I added tons of alliums last fall. I mean, in every bed, I added tons of alliums. These are purple sensation. Got some grasses that are just waking up and some salvias that are just waking up. And then you can see I actually also coppiced this Salix Hakura nishiki. Just last year, I did the same thing and it grew to like ridiculous proportions. The crabapple is starting to leaf out very nicely. Again, going down from the Spirea ogons, I have lots of tete-a-tete. I also have lots of copper image tulips, and I'm kind of hoping that by interplanting them that they won't get eaten. Again, lots of purple sensation. These are where all my peonies are, and all the peonies are definitely up. You can see them right there. So they're all coming up. It's been like I said, very difficult spring. Look how far up. Coral charm already has leaves on it. Kind of crazy, huh? So I did the same thing to my cotinus, my smoke bushes. I cut those way back again because they were literally getting taller than the house. 9 barks haven't touched. So this side of the house haven't really gotten to anything on this side of the house. It's had very minor cleanup. I don't know about you, but because of all the rain, it's been very difficult to try to get out here and do anything. So I've got some geums here, Stokes asters. I've got some Asiatic lilies that the red lily beetles are kind of already on. I've got lots of daisies. More salix.
And again, like I said, they're already really pushing growth. I've been adding more and more evergreens, so you can see like right along here, I've been taking out perennials. I'm just looking to try to make a little less cleanup work, especially in the spring for myself. Just added a couple more evergreens over here. I've got some wee white hydrangeas down here. There's another lily. Again, like I said, like almost nothing has been cleaned up here. There's a Glow Girl spirea right there. The lilacs are all pushing growth. Remember, don't cut your lilacs back until after they bloom. More new evergreens. This is called Pinus Yellow Point. It's a little pine. I've also been moving some things around. So next to my astrantia, I've moved some geranium, a perennial geranium. I think this is Bevan's variety. I've got my ranunculus in containers all over the place. This is the bed I redid last year, and a bunch of stuff was really destroyed here. A lot of the heucheras were destroyed. I had a grass that was completely eaten. Ay vey, it's ridiculous. Then coming down the path, again, you know, we can look back up the path. Underneath the hawthorn here, things are struggling. I do have some really pretty primrose, and I haven't had a chance here either to clean up any of the leaves, hellebores. So let's continue on this way. Still have my little hoop house there. Cut this, let me get back. Cut this wisteria way back. And the clematis that's on here is definitely pushing lots of growth. So coming down the left side of the garage, this arbor has wisteria on it, and it has clematis elspeth on this side. And I just planted a new clematis on this side called Etoile Violet, because the other one that I had, the autumn clematis, I don't know, I think I might have lost it. Again, this side has not been cleaned up, so we've got spirea, bridal veil spirea, calycanthus. That's had a lot of suckers that I've had to pull out. We have some drops of Jupiter right here. I moved some Acorus ogon over here. I put 3 of them over here. This is monkshood. The baptisias that are here. Do I see them? Yes, I'm starting to see the baptisias starting to push up. Firelight tidbit. Again, I have some tulips that I chanced to put in the ground here. Some of them are being eaten from the top and bottom. And lots more tete-a-tetes. I'm going to divide this heuchera because I have a few spots that I want it. The Japanese maple is definitely starting to push some growth. So this bed over here, you can see I have some boxwoods. I have some creeping Jenny that is just on steroids. I keep trying to pull it out. Bethany. And again, I put some alliums in there. I have Amsonia. Stormcloud is over here. Veronicastrum. This is a mock orange, which smells, oh my gosh, so delicious. My Little King river birch, one of my favorite trees on this property. I've been trying to open the canopy up a little bit, but I need some help to get up there. So some of the containers, if you saw the winter containers that I made for the winter on my porch, it had these cypresses in there. We put them in the ground, and honestly, they're not doing great. So if you have a suggestion of why they're not doing great, let me know. They're getting enough water, so I'm not quite sure why I'm you know, getting some brown leaves there, but who knows, we'll see. Okay, heading over to this bed. I've got lots of Sir Winston Churchill daffodils that are not up yet. Again, lots of alliums. The 9-barks are showing lots of beautiful growth. I think they're finally going to grow this year. This is Festivus Gold. Got a bunch of a collection for hyacinths called Fierce. I think I got from Longwood. My irises are not doing great. Again, this bed has not been cleaned up at all, and I really have to get to it. This is Tiny Wine Gold 9-bark. Some of the tulips, let's see if I can get over here, were really just chomped right down, but it looks like I'm gonna save a bud or two. My greenhouse is full. I've got peppers and lupins and yarrow and hollyhocks and calla lilies. I've started to put together some containers. I had a rose Coco Loco that was doing really well. I overwintered it in here and then brought it outside, and it's sort of promptly faltered, so it's back in. Again, here's my new flamethrower redbud right here. It's hard to see, I guess, but it's also starting to push some growth. More new evergreens, grasses in the back. I love this this hyacinth. This one is called Woodstock. They're getting a little past their prime at this point, I think. Got some hydrangeas, Let's Dance Big Band. These guys look like they need to be cut back a little bit. And then, let's see, how should we attack the backyard here? Let's look this way first. So here's my serviceberry is definitely pushing out growth. Again, like I said, I've been moving a lot of plants around. So I've got some heucheras. This might be marmalade, I'm not sure. I dug up 3 of them. I'm going to divide them and put them in several spots. This has been cleaned up and fertilized. The hellebores are looking really pretty. This is Ivory Prince. The ones over here, something was attacking them, so we covered them up. The love of gardening, I swear. Hosta's starting to push some little shoots out. So this is the area, Clethra. All the bird feeders, the feed is out because the bears are all everywhere. Okay, let's walk through this arbor. Another wisteria and another clematis. There's a really big pink diamond hydrangea. Siberian irises. More Acorus ogon that I'm going to spread around. My Eustachiae roses are looking really good. Again, these beds really have not been cleaned up. All my water runoffs are buried. I obviously have a big mole made its home there. This Japanese maple, Kotonoito, looks good. Here's the Hawthorn bed. So let's figure out how we're going to walk around here. We have Firelight, Hydrangea, Kusa Dogwood. So things are starting to wake up. Some things slower than others. Let's see. This Dervilla is looking pretty good. It's got some growth and looks like it's going to start budding up. Okay, I know this is going to end up being a really long video, sorry. And I know I haven't posted in a long time, so I don't want to cut it too short. Oh my God. Some things are just growing faster than I can handle them. That grass, Carly Rose, needs to be dug up and separated. We've got a bunch of daylilies in here, yellows, purples, lots of alliums, lots of allium globemasters. Here's my new stewardia right here, looking good. Spirea, more alliums. Oh, looks like something's been digging at my sweet peas. Great. You can't win. You just can't win. Having a lot of problems with water runoff. So you see, the intended path was for water to run through here, but what's happening is the water is running through there. So we've got more remediation to handle this year. Just love it. Viburnum, Mariaceae, probably one of my very favorite shrubs, and absolutely looking gorgeous. Sorry, it's windy, so it's not focusing. Right here is our biggest water issue. So you probably can't see it, but there's a ton of water here, and it runs right down here. So I'm gonna make like a dry creek bed to run right through here and see if I can get rid of some more water into the yard in the back there. Dawn redwood is growing nicely. Got some tricolor crocus, I think they are in this bed. Let's see. Yeah, we got a few. My GM triforms, I'm very excited about those guys because they didn't do much last year, and I'm excited to see those. Hostas. Now I've got some major size hostas in this area, so you can see. Let me see if I can get, these are definitely starting to push. So it won't be long before they're up. Another bed that has gotten absolutely no attention. Absolutely no attention. We have some Mount Hood daffodils up here. Daylily, that's up. Got some Allium ostara, that's up. But it's a mess. It gets a lot of water. I've had a lot of issues with this bed. I've got lady's mantle that I need to get in here and divide. Another big hosta. Got some pussy willows, French pussy willows. I've got some macrophylla hydrangeas here and some big vole holes down there. Can't win. Headed back this way. Again, kind of wet. Back here, burning bush. Everything's starting to push a little bit. The spireas, I just cut them back, haven't even cleaned them out. Then we've got the Mount Hood daffodils. And then when those fade, I have hostas that come up all in the middle here. So it's a really nice succession. My new pine doesn't look so good. Pines do drop a lot of needles, but I'm not loving what that looks like. Tete-a-tete, like I said, those are everywhere. This daffodil is cum laude. Cum laude, very pretty. I just moved that Carex cappuccino over here. Again, I'm moving things around, trying to revise my color schemes a little bit. Ranunculus in here, and some new roses that I got. Got some 2 generous gardener climbing roses. Got another Lady of Shalott, just one of my absolute favorites. Queen of Sweden, these are all David Austin roses. Roald Dahl, Desdemona, and Olivia Rose Austin. So this bed was completely filled with at least, I think, 150 tulips last fall. Every one of them were eaten from underneath. So we just dug this bed out, put wire underneath it to try and save the things that I'm putting in this bed. It's just ridiculous. More Mount Hood. Daffodils. The geraniums look great. The cryptomerias look good. Paperbark maple, love it. I got a birdie's bed from Epic Gardening. And I really like it. What I have in there is onions, leeks, shallots, This is all my garlic. And I just covered it up because even though I don't think it needs it, we're having some chilly nights for the next week. And I also, some of the little, the leeks are minuscule. There's nothing to them. So some I put out here, but most I put in there so they don't just wash away, and also so the birds don't eat the onion starts. Got some feverfew that made a reappearance. My 7th son, Heptacodium, Temple of Bloom, is looking really nice. That tiny wine gold doesn't look so good, needs some cutback. Again, not much of anything being done here. Some new evergreens I had added. There's the 3rd of that cypress. Again, they're very iffy. I don't know what the problem is. Weeds galore. Those are Pinky Winky hydrangeas. And then this whole row is the Mariaceae viburnums. And they're all starting to leaf out. So in the hawthorn bed, we've got things looking okay. Tater tot arbs, double play doozy, spirea. I moved a bunch of alliums over here because I have a lot of trouble in this bed also. Lots of tete-a-tetes, lots of pinball wizard. Wee bit grumpy. So everything's kind of pushing, everything's pushing some growth. We've got some gladiator alliums here, some little like millennium here. I moved my forsythia back here, but it's got 2 broken branches that came off of it, so it's kind of misshapen. I think as soon as it finishes blooming, I'm going to really chop it back and see if I can get it to push some growth. So this is the bed this hawthorn bed that we enlarged last fall to fix the shape a little bit, and I added some evergreens here. I moved my summerific edge of night. I have 2 of them. Hibiscus from the back because they did not do well back there, so I moved them up here. Let's see, we've got a reblooming lilac right there. Lupins in there doing good. And the other hawthorn. So here is from this side. And then lastly over here, I've got lots of spireas, black-eyed Susans, pussy willows, red twig dogwood there in the middle. Things are coming back. Brunnera, blue kazoo spireas, a couple of azaleas. Again, this bed has not been cleaned back at all. And vole holes. This is what I mean when I say vole holes. Yeah, they're like everywhere. And that's kind of it. Lilac over here also pushing some growth. I just did a lot of cutback on the spireas. Not a ton, but enough. These azaleas need some work too. When I say washout, this is what I mean. Look how much of the dirt is gone from the bottom of these plants. So I really need to get things cleaned up, get some dirt in here so I can, rebury things so they don't all die. So we've got a couple boxwoods here, a couple sprinters, a couple new gens, some foxgloves, lots of things coming up. All the daylilies are up, baptisias. And then finally over here, I've got this massive Norway spruce that just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. So over here, I have moved I have a burnet, a white one that I saw that I put next to this helenium and this purple aster that I think I'm going to really like. Hoping my agastache in here, Queen Nectarine, is going to come back. I just put a bunch of Liatris corms in there. Hopefully they won't get eaten. Another little evergreen. let's see, this grass, I think I'd like to get rid of it. I got rid of a couple of them. It just keeps spreading all over the place. This Colorado blue spruce looks great. Little pine on the backside because it really doesn't get enough sun. So if you plant some spruces, especially like the Colorado blue spruces and the Colorado spruce, they really need sun. And these two don't get enough sun on the backside. Oak leaf hydrangeas. This is Alice. And again, these are definitely pushing leaves. I just haven't had a chance to come in and just pull off, last year's blooms. Don't cut them though, or you'll cut your blooms for this year. I added some sunshine mugo pines right here because I pulled out the spireas that were there. And again, like all the way back around, I've got some Atlas roses in here. I've got more of that fierce hyacinth mix, which I think is very pretty. And I think I'm going to leave you right there. There's my Abies concolor, one of my faves. So that's kind of what I've been up to. Like I said, still trying to clean up. The weather has not been very cooperative. So let me know what you're tackling in your yard. And I think I'll leave you with one last note. This is my seed starting setup for 2024. So I've got the floret dahlias up here. I've got lots of different things going. I've got a lot of things out in the greenhouse already. I've got another setup over here. I've now started to pot up dahlias. Yeah, it's a little overwhelming. Like the place is kind of... The place is a little overwhelmed at the moment. Again, more of florets, dahlias, Sahara, Rebecca. So you name it, it's growing. Cosmos, yarrow, hollyhocks, ageratum. I got a little bit of everything. Okay, just to show you the sick mind of a demented gardener, these are my sheets of how I'm putting together containers, different color combinations this year, where the dahlias are going to go, so I can keep track of. I've ordered perennial mums. I've got tons of dahlias. I've got lots of annuals coming. So. It was getting so overwhelming that I really needed to start laying things out. Again, you do what works for you. This is what works for me.